my feet. Gucci all over me. Louboutin and Valentino, you ain't getting what you see. Prada on my feet. Gucci all over me. Louboutin and Valentino, you ain't getting what you see.
Hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. 22nd of September. It is Monday. After yesterday's loss, we got some more news regarding Arsenal, and not the good ones, not the good kind. We thought that maybe Monday could bring something positive into this club, but of course it doesn't. We have more news that Madueke is injured. Phenomenal to say the least. I'm not gonna lie, when I read that it might be an ACL, I was worried to say the least. Well, luckily it's not an ACL, but still he is out with an injury for some period of time. Now the question is, who is gonna play? Because it looks like Saka has been rushed back, so that is going well. And he didn't look good at all yesterday, so that is just insane to even think about it. Insane to think about that Saka is being rushed back, and he will have to play now. Who's going to play against Port Vale during the week? Who is going to play against Port Vale? Saka. That's going to go well. Unless he plays Dauman or Vanieri on the right, which is the only options he has left. Let's be real, because he has no Havertz, no nothing. Martinelli, Trossard, who do you bring off the bench then? Like, it's all up in the air. It's genuinely all up in the air. But again, based on yesterday's performance, based on how everything went yesterday, I think we got an answer to the big question for this season. Will Arteta go trophyless once again this season? And it looks that way. It looks that way to the maximum extent, because so far, yes, we are 3-1-1. We are 5 points already behind Liverpool. And it doesn't look like we're going to win anything. It literally doesn't look like we're going to win anything once again. So the big question is, how long this fan base is going to tolerate that? How long is this fan base going to tolerate Arsenal finishing second once again? Lucky if we finish second, by the way. And how long is this going to last? How long Arteta is going to last if he doesn't win anything? Those are the two big questions, and I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling to find the proper answer for them as well. Because it doesn't look like anyone is against Arteta. It feels that way, because when you look on social media, yes, I see people saying they want Arteta out. Yes, I see people disagreeing with the starting 11. But overall, still, most of the fan base are Arteta in. They are supporting Arteta. They think he's doing phenomenal job, and they don't want him to go. Like, that is the common predominator I'm seeing on socials these days, on YouTube, on X, on Reddit, everywhere I go. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Arteta is phenomenal manager, best thing for Arsenal. Arteta came to Arsenal to fix the mess we were in, apparently. The nuts part is, at this stage, Arteta is the mess that he has created at this club. He's responsible for 90% of the situations that are happening at this club and that have gone wrong. And people don't want to admit that. They will never admit that. Like, they have murals of Arteta, of Jover, of David Raya, Win the Dog, all of them, man, right outside Emirates. Make it make sense. They have won literally nothing at this club, and they get murals. When you look at Liverpool, for Van Dijk, it took like 6 years to win to get a mural for Liverpool. He had to win Champions League, Premier League. He had to be one of the best defenders in the world, if not the best in Premier League, to a certain period of time. And only then he got rewarded with something like that. We just paint murals like it's the drawing day at school, and everyone just draws what they want, and they just stick it up on the wall just to showcase it, just like we did at school, in kindergarten, or whatever. Like, it makes no sense. This is all ass backwards. And is there any saving? Is it salvageable even at this stage? Like, for me, that is another big question, which I, again, struggle to find answer for, because so far, I see none of this. I see none of the indications, let's just put it that way, that it is salvageable. Like, it's insane. I'm kind of lost. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely kind of lost. Big up, Gavin. Big up, Gavin. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Mubarak. Madueke, bad news for us fans. We want to know. Kind of injury and for how long exactly. Exactly. We want to know the extent, what kind of injury, and all this stuff. But apparently, with Madueke, it's going like this. Madueke has not done his ACL, but he is set for a spell on the sidelines with a knee injury. Another knee injury at Arsenal, by the way. How long is this is gonna last? How long? Serious question. Anyone knows any more information on Madueke? Does anyone have any clue how long Madueke is gonna be out for? That for me is the next big question. How long is Madueke gonna be out for? Because so far, I'm not gonna lie, haven't found much information on it. Big up abs, big up Waffle Don. People, go subscribe to Waffle Don, show him some love, people. Does streams, not just Arsenal and Premier League, does Turkish League and everything. Go show him some love. Does panel shows, does FPL streams and everything. Just has great content, and he also is talking about Arsenal in a proper limelight. Let's just put it that way. Adds more balance to all the equations regarding Arsenal, but still, yeah, he's talking some proper sense. And here is his link, people. Go subscribe to him. Go show him some love. Big up Richard. I don't think we will win anything again. I think we will finish third even. For me, where did I put Arsenal in the predictions? I forgot. Was it fourth? Something like that. I think I put Arsenal third or fourth this season in the predictions. I said that Liverpool are gonna finish ahead of us, which is already by the looks of things happening, and that Man City are gonna finish ahead of us. Now, based on Man City's performances, I wouldn't hold my breath on that, but there's definitely more teams that could finish ahead of Arsenal. If we do a quadruple pretty much of finishing second 4 years in a row, like I don't even know. I genuinely don't even know. Because they're gonna lap it up. The fan base are gonna push the narrative. Look, we are competing and everything just like last year. And when we were competing, we were 15 points behind Liverpool. What kind of title race are we talking about? Closest time we were to Liverpool last season was 4 points, 5 points, and after that it was 7, 9, 10, 9, 7 again, then it was 12, 15. And only reason we got it down to 10 points by the end of the season, by the way, was because by game week 33, Liverpool already were partying in Ibiza. That's about it. Slot was having drinks, Van Dijk was having drinks. They already had won the league. They didn't have to do much. They could just go out, relax, chill, party, have a good time. Literally, they just went out and had a good time. And Man City were catching us up, by the way. Chelsea were catching us up. If the season wasn't 38 games last year, and it was as long as it is in Championship, for example, in 46 games, 100% I'm sure that the Arsenal would not have finished second. We would have finished fourth, fifth. Like we were that bad last season. And so far for this season, nothing much has changed. Nothing much has changed. I'm not gonna lie. And people go out and say, "Oh, it's only 5 games in. Why are you so negative?" It's not 5 games in. It's a year and a half in with the same crap, and nothing is changing. And we are not gonna win anything again. Like seriously, people just say, "Oh, it's only 5 games." We had the same thing during transfer window. Oh, it's only June. What did you expect? We haven't sold anyone. Give it time. July ends. Oh, it's only July. Still a month left. August ends. Oh, we don't sell anyone. And ring around and round and round and round we go. Same shit, different toilet. Nothing changes. Make it make sense. How people can find more and more excuses for this is actually insane. The nuts part is how deep actually they dig to find these excuses, because it's actually getting pushed some sort of narratives I have never had before from Arsenal fans. They actually are digging so deep, they're clutching at straws to justify us drawing to City, losing to Liverpool, being fourth, third, whatever we are in the league at the moment, and not winning the league last year, and that Mikel Arteta is the best thing since sliced bread. They're literally clutching at straws these days. At some point, those straws have to break and the luck has to run out, doesn't it? The thing is, though, will it? Does it feel like this manager is on the last strings? Are the strings breaking? Is anything going to change? It doesn't look that way, does it? It literally doesn't look that way, and this is a big worry because there is a possibility. By the way, we finished top 4 this season. We may be challenged for an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever. And Arteta stays. Let's be real. There is a world like that. Last year of the contract for Mikel Arteta, 15.6 million. There's a possibility they don't even want to sack him. In a ideal scenario, Arteta would be sacked already last year. But hey, beggars can be choosers in that regard. But we are 5 games in, 5 points behind. Newcastle away next. Newcastle away next. What are we doing here? Because there's a big possibility that by the end of next weekend, we are 8 points behind Liverpool. Personally, I don't see Liverpool losing to Crystal Palace. So that already means that Liverpool are going to get some sort of points, draw or a win. Most likely it's going to be a win. They're going to go 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. That's going to be 18 from 18. Do I see Arsenal winning the game? Do I see Arsenal closing the gap to Liverpool in the game against Newcastle next weekend? No, I don't. Saka now is rushed back. That went well last year based on how this year started with Bukayo Saka injuries. Now Madueke is injured and Saka must play. Why the hell yesterday, for example, people said Saliba should start? I said play Mosquera. He was in form. He was good. Looking at Saliba yesterday, he was playing like Rob Holding. Saliba yesterday was Rob Holding level. He looked out of sorts. He was not reading the game properly. He looked shaky. He had nerves all over him. You could see he was out of form, out of shape, and everything. So why did Mosquera start? Like, make it make sense in that regard. Game against Man City. We have a better team than Man City. Without shadow of a doubt at the moment. I'm not going to lie. Yet at home, at Emirates, our own home ground, we play with 4 defenders and 3 sixes. Yet Arteta says we went for the win. That's coward's mentality. Coward's mentality at the end of the day. Because it's not the first time. 100% it's not the last time. And it hasn't worked. In the interview, Arteta says, well, why did no one question my midfield against Bilbao? Because nobody was focusing on Bilbao, on the midfield. Unfortunately, the journalists should be, but they didn't because Martinelli scored a goal. He finally scored after a millennia, pretty much. Trossard came on, actually looked decent. They focused on that. Just painting over the cracks all over the place. And when Mikel Arteta got asked the question about the midfield selection, he just snidely smirks, answers his question, and no follow-up questions. No follow-up questions whatsoever. No questions why Eze doesn't start. When he gets asked, does he envision Eze as a touchline winger? He says, well, different times and different spaces, different situations and different spaces, evolution and small margins. So he says everything without saying nothing. He beats around the bush, basically, diverts the attention and just goes from there. Nothing changes again. And that it's like that every single interview. And to compare Bilbao to City, to Liverpool, that is just pathetic to say the least. You can call me toxic and negative all you want. I don't give a flying F. I'm just saying what I see. I'm telling what I feel. If you don't like it, click the red X on top of the right screen and peace out. If you're deciding to stay playful, please like the stream and subscribe if you're new. I'm just absolutely demoralized by this club. This club is mentally destroying me. I'm not gonna lie. Big up Wahaha. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Big up Andrew. You're going to win the league. Mope is a fraud. Ryan Babel, today was windy. It was raining. The ball isn't round enough. Wait, it was my inner tie. I apologize, dude. Don't start even that. Big up Marlon. Long time no see. How's the studies going? Arteta out, medical staff out, Odegaard out, and stop benching Eze and starting. Yeah, 100%, without shadow of doubt. This little child mindset, a coach, stubborn, worst coach in history of football. How the hell you benching Eze in the big game like this and starting with a terrible midfield? Exactly. We all know Martinelli is not good enough to be a starter. We all know Trossard is not good enough to be a starter. They do recently their best work coming off the bench. So why you are not, let's just say, starting Manieri on the left? Why you are not even starting Eze on the left? For God's sakes, you have Eze. Why did you sign him? To hold the bench? Eze was good enough to play in the Community Shield. Against Liverpool for Palace, Eze was good enough for Tuchel to play in the England squad, but for Arsenal, for Arteta, he's not good enough. No. He's holding the bench, and lucky enough if he gets 2 minutes on when he gets subbed on. Make that make sense. Eze is such a good midfielder. He starts for every team in the Premier League. He starts for many other big teams in Europe. But for Arsenal, he holds the bench. Where does that make sense? Where does that make sense? 60 million paid for Eze to sit on the bench and do nothing. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it literally feels like Arteta doesn't want Gyökeres to succeed because he has had no support for any of the games we have played. He doesn't want Eze at the club because he lost that battle to Berta as well. And it feels like we just signed Eze just so Spurs didn't get him. And as much as I hate to say this right now, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I hate to say this right now, Eze would have been better if he signed for Spurs. Just saying this right now. Spurs need a player like Eze. With Maddison's injury, with no proper creative tenant, and with Son going away, they needed someone like that. Spurs would have been better. Eze would have been better if he signed for Spurs. As much as I hate to admit it, because Eze is an Arsenal man. He was in our academy. I love Eze to bits. I would love for him to thrive and succeed at Arsenal. But at the moment, the way this manager is utilizing this guy, cannot help but feel that Eze signing for Arsenal made the wrong decision. He should have signed for Spurs. I just cannot shake this feeling at the moment. And that is sickening me to my core. Big up Darren. Big up Darren. Hope you're doing well. So injuries are going to be used as an excuse for this season too. Yep. The narrative is already rolling. Snowball effect is beginning. Big up Dio, by the way. Big up Liam. Arteta out. Yesterday was a disgrace and celebrating like we won. Yeah, celebrating a draw like we won the Champions League. Embarrassing. This club ain't serious, man. Goddamn serious. We can't play this football, win trophies, not be favoritism, rushing players back, starting Odegaard over Eze, Mosquera, Gabriel, nothing else. Yeah, like Coward FC. Pretty much to the core. Pretty much spot on. Coward FC. Coward of a manager. Mosquera should have started 100%. He stops that Haaland. Yeah. Because Saliba, as much as I like Saliba, I don't want him to leave. But in this situation, he kind of misread the game. He shouldn't have tracked down Bernardo or whoever was making that run. He should have actually covered Haaland because nobody was there. Calafiori screwed up the pass. He was out of position. He couldn't recover. Gabriel, I don't know what has happened to Gabriel. Yes, he's not the fastest when he sprints, but halfway through the sprint, he just starts to jog, and he just got left in behind in review mirrors. So Saliba, technically, he had to cover two players. But Bernardo Silva's shot from outside the box will be much less dangerous than him giving the pass to Haaland inside the 6-yard box for him to tap it pretty much in. And Saliba, again, misread the situation as well. All because Mikel Arteta wanted to be the smart guy and play Saliba just because he must have against Haaland, Saliba, and Gabriel together. Despite the fact that Mosquera in the last few games has been phenomenal. He has been great, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Saliba yesterday was rough watch, to say the least. Big up Hendon. Hope you're doing well. The players on the bench were better than those on the pitch when the game started. Yes, that is the case, yeah. Yeri, Eze, all them, man. I'm starting Arteta out, strike official, the worst Man City team under Pep. Yeah, you could argue that this is the worst Man City team under the Pep, or the worst Man City team in the last 8-9 years, arguably. And we still couldn't do anything against them. We can't beat them 80 minutes and Eze comes on. Yeah, when Yeri comes on in 87th minute just for the vibes. Big up Mabas. Nah, don't worry. All good. I get it. I absolutely get it. Don't worry, man. All good. Who benches Eze and start Marino in creative role? He can't goddamn play there, and Rice should be in the 6th and so. Yeah, that could actually be tried. Should be tried. Yesterday, I watched the game in the pub surrounded by top gooners. I was angry at Eze, Saka not starting, and the excuse was Trossard scored last game and Saka might get injured. So if Saka might get... No, but by the way, tell me this right now, Liam. Did these top gooners were celebrating Saka getting subbed on like it was no tomorrow? Like, oh, Saka is back. Yes, we're going to win this. We're going to score a goal since Saka is back and all this stuff. Tell me, were they doing that? Because that totally contradicts their narrative that Saka might get injured. Same thing. I forgot to mention how Gabriel tried to do the cheerleader shtick, hands up literally on the 7th minute. I was like, nah, Gabi, don't do that too early. 2 minutes later, we can see it. Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't have an ACL, but he has a knee issue. He has a knee issue, which of course always is gonna do well. Always at Arsenal. Knee issues, ACLs, hamstrings, the typical stuff. Marina, Zubimendi, Rice, and Trossard self-sabotage by Arteta. Yeah. So I said, no, you play important players in these games. Exactly. But you play your important game. Yeah. But at the same time, he was on form. For me, I would have started Mosquera instead of Saliba. You all know that because you were here when I said it. Because Mosquera was on form, he has had good run of games, and he would have been proper one. Saliba yesterday, he looked like Rob Holding, as I said. Misread the game. He was shaky on the ball at many times, and he misread the situation when Haaland was running by him. He covered more Bernardo than he should have, when he should have covered actually Erling Haaland. Haaland in the box is much more dangerous than Bernardo Silva on his weak foot outside the box. Played for a draw yesterday with that lineup. Coward manager, yeah, just like against Liverpool. Same thing, nothing has changed. 5 points already behind Liverpool in September is diabolical. Yes, exactly. And let's be real, we play Newcastle away next. It could be 8 points, because I don't see Liverpool losing to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. But I can see Arsenal losing to Newcastle. I can see that, though. Will be interesting. Arteta is betraying the fans, should be sacked immediately just for not playing Eze. Yeah. There are about 500 sackable offenses what Arteta has done in his 7 years almost at Arsenal. To sign a actual left wing when Yuri can play left wing, while depending on Trossard and Martinelli on the gonna try and waste of time, basically. Waste of energy following this club. To some extent, I can see that. Congrats to Liverpool. Slot 2 titles in 2 years now, possibly. What phase is Zlatan? Yeah. What phase is Arne Zlatan? Winning trophies. Arsenal, well, just looking at trophies on pictures. Been should have sacked since 22-23. Yeah, I can say that he balled an 8-point lead. If not then he should have been sacked after 23-24 season when he didn't catch them. When he balled the start of the season, drawing with 10-man against 10-man Fulham, going 1-7 in December. Could have been sacked then as well. Premier League is dead. City 4 in a row, now possibly Liverpool 2 in a row. Yeah, and Arsenal, as always, in the midst of things, missing on the opportunities to do anything. The only silver linings that Arteta carries on playing this way, he will be sacked at some point this season as failing to win the Premier League Champions League will not be tolerated. You think that's going to happen? Do you think that's going to happen at Arsenal? Do you think Josh is going to pull the trigger? Do you think Andrea Berta has a list of the new managers that he would love to see? We could have Eze, Palmer, Rodgers, Olmo, whoever. Arteta can't implement attacking football into his team or deliberately chooses not to. We look clueless when it comes to attack. And that is the biggest thing. He doesn't know how to integrate Gyökeres into the team because he has never coached an out-and-out number 9. Eze is the same issue. And the thing is about Eze, you say that Arteta can't implement attacking football. We have seen Arteta play attacking football. That's what's boggling everyone's minds. We saw it in 22-23 season. We have seen it in the second part of 23-24 season. Remember when we went 16-1-1 in the second part of the season after the Dubai trip? So we have seen that Arsenal can play attacking football. Arsenal have played attacking football. And quite successfully, mind you. The issue with this is Arteta has such big scars after playing attacking football when he has been burned so badly that he didn't win anything. He has completely turned his back on it. And it doesn't look like he's going to turn it. He's not going to face his fears whatsoever once again. That's how it looks like at the moment. He's totally and utterly afraid of attacking football. It's like Mike Myers stalking him in the corner with his knife up and just walking around patiently, and Arteta is in panic, just running away and parking the bus. Getting knocked out of Europa League by Olympiacos, we should have won Europa League twice. Those times in this ruins everything. He got schooled by Emery as well. Starting slow as fun, Merino, who kept flopping on the floor like big. And that is another thing. We have all these athletes, 6'2", 6'3", 6'9", pretty much. We have so many tall, strong, physical players. Yet as soon as they come with a shoulder-to-shoulder contact, as soon as they get shoved a tiny bit, as soon as a breeze flows through the Emirates or whichever stadium, they fall over and ask for a penalty or a foul or something like that. So what's the point in signing these strong, physical, athlete type of players if they cannot keep themselves on their feet? They fall down to every single smallest contact. What's the point in that? What's the point in that then? Like, that is the nuts part. All because he doesn't want to show up. Yeah. And let's be real, Odegaard comes back, Eze is also not going to get played. Just like last year. Odegaard gets injured, everyone says Ranieri should be playing. But no. Trossard plays there, Havertz plays there, Merino plays there. Zinchenko even plays there. Saka gets injured. He plays there. Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard, everyone besides Ranieri. Then the fan base kicks off on social media, on X, on YouTube, in Arsenal's video comments. Next game, Ranieri instantly plays right wing. They are not blind. They see what we say on social media. And the more we talk about these issues, maybe the more will they listen. But for now, everyone's happy. Everyone's shitting rainbows. Everyone's farting sunshines because we have the best looking manager. We are still, it's just the start of the season. 5 games only. 5 points behind Liverpool. Oh, but when injuries and everyone comes back, we're going to be on it. We have had seasons with no injuries and we still haven't gotten the job done. So where is this going to change? Because excuses is one thing, but blindly following, that's a completely different story. Because at some point, the penny has to drop for these people. When it's going to happen? Will it happen, to be honest, even? Madueke injured now, Saka being rushed back. Exactly. This man is going to ruin and destroy everything we have hope to win. Yeah. Because Saka is getting rushed back again. We saw how that went last year. He got rushed back for Real Madrid. He played on adrenaline few games. Gets injured. Out. Now that he is injured, he's trying to recover. Madueke plays. Madueke gets injured. Yeah, Saka has to play now. Like, it's actually kind of nuts. Like, it's not rocket science that Ranieri should be playing for Arsenal. Max Daumann should be playing for Arsenal. Those two teenagers, 16, not even 15-year-old, and 17-year-old, are better than like 70% of our attack and creative midfield. 70%. Only Eze, Saka, well, Gyökeres doesn't count on this. Only Eze and Saka are better. That's it. All Haaland was praying was what that one chance, and it would be up to Saliba to stalk him rather than Magalhaes. Exactly. And it worked. Exactly, it worked. I still believe that Saliba totally misread the situation. He hadn't played, or Saliba wasn't playing for 6 weeks. International break, week then, week there, yeah, 4 or 5 weeks. Hence why I think he totally misread the situation, because he more closed down on the player who had the ball than tracking Haaland's run. Because Gabriel was left in the review mirrors. Calafiori was, I don't know, eating carrots like a wild horse does in the meadow somewhere on the pitch, and he was alone. One perfect touch with his strong foot in his path, across body, 1-0. Haaland has always gone the bear of Saliba, by the way. Even in 5-1, Gabriel locked up Haaland, and he wanted to play Saliba to get this goal. Yeah. Saliba has gone 2 times in 1 against 1 bear of Haaland. Haaland mostly gets the best of Saliba many times. Big up KK93. Skelly should have started as well. Calafiori was useless. Calafiori going forwards, you can see the thinking why he should play, where he could play, and all this stuff. Defensively, he's useless. He gets cooked almost every single time. Going forward as well, what is the plan for Calafiori going forward? Because he plays number 6, number 8, number 10, striker, left wing, right wing, then he plays right back. He plays pretty much everywhere besides his own position. And to add on top of that, somehow our left back has more freedom than our attackers. Where does that make sense? Calafiori has more freedom than Madueke, Saka, Ranieri, Martinelli, Eze, anyone who is in front line. Where does that compute in all of this equation? Where? Yeah, people, hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already, by the way. But Arteta, detailed-oriented manager, can't fathom any of this stuff, an increased likelihood of Haaland getting the bear of unfit Saliba. Exactly. Hence why I wanted for Mosquera to start. Pep going full defensive for 90 minutes tells us all we need to know about this. Exactly. Pep said himself in the interview, Arsenal were the better team. In the second half, definitely. In the first half, it was 50-50. But when do you see Pep Guardiola park the bus? I will tell you, never. Pretty much never. Maybe 5 times in his Man City lifetime, he has parked the bus. To be honest, on top of my head, this is the first time I can recall him parking the bus against anyone. Mostly he's on front foot or he's going for it. That is the other thing. Like, Pep just knows that his team is not good enough at the moment. He got the goal and he played for that 1-goal lead. Even though they could have scored 2 or 3 more goals before Arsenal somehow managed to scam a goal to make it 1-1, by the way. And top gooners all over social media are saying, oh my God, look, Arteta is such a genius. He made Pep play 5-5-0 formation. He subbed up Haaland for Nico Gonzalez. Oh, he's playing defensive and parking the bus. Don't act like it's something like unfathomable when Arsenal do that almost every single game. We score a goal, we sit back, we invite the pressure. We do the same thing. It's nothing like that, like double standards again. Why did Trossard start? Well, Arteta wanted to be a genius, most likely, somehow, because all throughout the week, leading up to that game, on other streams I were sitting on and talking to people, Eze will be left wing or Martinelli is going to be left wing. That was the common predominator. Didn't hear once people say Trossard. Arteta had to do something that nobody said pretty much. Trossard starting at left wing. And I didn't even notice Trossard was on the pitch. The one time I noticed him when he was on the pitch was when Bernardo Silva kicked him in the balls. Seriously, that's about it. People like and subscribe. Trossard starts over Eze. For Arteta, yes. For Arteta, everyone starts over Eze, besides Ranieri. Ranieri and Eze, they too don't start for Arteta. Odegaard starts in front of everyone. Martinelli, Eze, all of them start. 17 likes, people. Big up to you all. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Yeah, the odd dog. Rapunzel scored on us, and Man City ain't nowhere. 22-23 Man City. We should have been winning. Exactly. We should have been winning this match. And let's be real, if Arteta had some bollocks, we potentially could have even gotten at least a draw, if not a win, at Anfield as well. Because that Liverpool at the moment are very gettable. They are beatable, to say the least, if you play your cards right. But now again, we play four defenders, 3 6s, and everything. We park the bus and pray for the best. And what do we do? Go full defensive. Exactly. Big up PW, big up Czech Republic. It's the curse of the car park. It's the curse of Mikel. It's the Arteta-titis that's spreading through the fan base and the team. Oh, big up Eros. Benteke music in the building. Big up Eros. I can see us losing to West Ham or drawing to Fulham. Yes, the PTSD, dude. Fulham away is gonna be a rough one. Arsenal B team are a proper team. Don't take them too lightly. Arsenal's B team at Craven Cottage is a proper club. Don't even. So it's actually kind of nuts. At the moment I'm very scared about the game Newcastle away. I'm also worried who's gonna play against Port Vale. We know the Carabao Cup magic that tends to happen at times. If we just take this also too lightly, it's peace out. Big up, Charles. What do you want? It's not in anyone or any fan for that matter. Make peace with it. This is how we play. This is why even if we win 5-0, 2-0, we will never please the neutral eye test. I was never complaining when we were blitzing teams. Never. When we were playing proper attacking football. Never complaining. You understand there is difference between losing and how you lose. Drawing and how you draw. Big difference. If we have a go at it, we had 15 shots, 8 on target, goalkeeper is standing on his head doing prime Casillas stuff. We hit 2 posts and everything. Okay, fairs. We had a go at it. But we have no go at it. No go at it whatsoever. We sit back, maybe we get a shot, and we play for corners on purpose. Madueke running down the wing, he sees defender approaching, kicks it up defender, goes out for a corner. Same thing happens on the left side as well, by the way. Nothing changes. And to add on top of that, we are £1 billion corner set piece machine. That's about it, which even isn't calibrated properly. We had about 11 corners yesterday. If you add the set pieces, the fouls, about 5-6 more, we had about 17 situations, about 5 long throws, and it all came down to nothing. They cleared the ball, or Donnarumma came out and get the ball, punched it away. One or the other. We did nothing. Oh, set piece coach. Every time we get a set piece, camera instantly on Jover and zooms in. Every single time. And for what? For what? We cannot even score a corner anymore. £1 billion set piece machine. That's all we are. Arteta is a blunderman. Oh, to maximum extent. To maximum extent. I don't believe Arteta is under trophy pressure. He can't be if he's starting Merino over Eze or Ranieri. Don't forget, words of Igal. Arteta is an architect. He's a visionary. He is the one. He's the chosen one. What are we doing? Go ask Mikel. Maybe he will answer to that. Go ask Mikel. 100%. We are top 4 FC. Back again. Prime Emirates. Yeah, top 4 FC. Top 4 again. Ole, ole. Top club and finishing second. Fantastic. Wouldn't have thought this midfield was good or even remotely good. Slow as Merino as a 10 creator. Like, Merino works technically in an 8, which pushes up in the 10 for Spain. Yes, there he works because he plays with Yamal, with Pedri, and players like that. On top of that, he is actually coached by a proper manager, De La Fuente. Here is just Arteta, haram ball, and prey on everything, and that's about it. Those strong players can model merch the Arsenal way. That's about it. They all have the perfect jawline. They're perfectly trimmed and everything. If you look at a specific angle, you can see how the horizon conflicts with the jawline. It glistens and shines in the proper lighting and everything. It's phenomenal. Let's be real. Start the game with controllers, finish the game with finishers. You see? This is the Arteta train. Finish the game with finishers. Arteta is the one who is refusing call changes, substitutions. He started to call them finishers. It has spread through the fan base already, people. This is how it's spreading through the fan base. Finish the game with finishers. Substitutes, you mean, right? That is how we amass our points. Amass our points. 14 draws we amassed last year. 23 or 22 points dropped for winning positions last year. This is how we amass our points, yeah? By losing them. Arteta loves to buy fridges, massive double-door fridges, walking fridges, bar fridges, encounter fridges. But I tell you what, Arteta will never open a pantry to use the spices, yep. Yeah, just hold, frozen, and everything. Judge him in May. Wee! Worst midfielder ever, man. The Arteta fanboys will go with. Yeah, they're gonna roll with the flow. Martinelli must start only because he scored one goal in about what it feels like a decade. Trossard has to start because he scored a goal and assisted for a change. He wasn't Stella Art Trossard. We didn't have Martin Smelly on the pitch for a change. We had someone who had to do their job. Yeah, people, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. The Euros is laughing at something, no idea what. Manjeri and Dauman should be played over Saka if he's not fit and Madueke is out. Yes. Max Dauman, by the way, day before Man City game, played in under 21s, by the way. To a certain extent, I'm fine with it because he also, I think he scored. On top of that, he's staying as far from Arteta as possible. So that is also a win-win type of situation going on there because I'm afraid he's going to ruin them. I'm so scared that, for example, he's going to ruin Skelly, Banjeri, and Max Dauman. And he's going to turn Eze into our own version of Jack Grealish. Because what Jack Grealish was at Aston Villa and what Pep turned him into was painful to watch. Now you watch Jack Grealish at Everton. Again, fantastic and brilliant to watch. I'm very afraid that Arteta is going to do the same with Eze at the moment. Madueke is going to get turned into Pepe and all this crap. This ain't rocket science. Yeah. 18 likes. You haven't already, people. Like and subscribe. If you can push it up to 20, would be fantastic. We don't even have a good left wing, much less a main left wing who can score, create goals on the left side. Saka finally get injured like last season, going to cost us. Madueke injured again. Yeah. And by the way, while Saka was out, right, Madueke plays right wing, right? He has been actually very decent on the right wing in terms of taking on opposition, causing chaos, having havoc in the opponent's box. Only thing that's missing is final touch and scoring goal, right? But it is Madueke, and we have to deal with that at this stage, at least for now. The thing is, despite Saka being out and Odegaard being out, by the way, we still attack 46% through the right side. Rest of the sides are split about 25-26%, 25-26 through the middle, 25-26 through the left, and still 46-47% we attack through the right side. Still lopsided. 2 times more lopsided still. No attacking options. Nelly can't do anything. Trossard can't do anything. Arteta has ruined Gyökeres, and he's ruining him 100%. He has no support, no nothing. No support, no nothing. Gyökeres yesterday had 6 touches in opponent's box, 0 shots, 0 assists, 0 shots on target, 0 goals. He did nothing yesterday. That's what it feels like. Destroying defenders anymore, constructive. Yeah, just everything is going down. Eating carrots, yes. Calafiori in that goal was definitely running around the pitch like he was in a meadow, wind blowing through his hair, like, oh. Then he stops, he sees a wild carrot in the ground, he has a little nab on it and everything, and he goes, and what's up, Doc? And runs back, and by the time we have conceded already. We have no attacking or creative defense destructive options. On the left, nothing. They're mostly close to dangers. There's just dead until... Yeah. 100%. He still thinks he needs a left wing and not selling to Saudi for 100 million when we could have other attack and selling Trossard too. Not enough time, I guess. Not enough time. Wouldn't mind seeing, to be honest, when you're at left wing. Mate, he's not. Josh Kroenke is a head chef. He's just hired the cook for the customers paying to get inside the stadium, essentially creating... Is that a virus or something like that? For likes and subscribe doesn't change anything. What? Josh Kroenke is the head chef. He's just hired the cook for the customers paying to get inside the stadium. Whatever. Literally didn't understand the word. Or as a heck, even Dauman should get more minutes. In December, he's 16, him number 10 right wing. Yeah, Max Dauman also should be playing. I don't rate the City team at all, but we couldn't beat them at home. So all that's left to conclude we aren't that good, or Arteta isn't that good. And ultimately, the common predominator in Arsenal's shortcomings is the manager anyways, because somehow this manager finds a way to screw it all up. Well, it is, to be honest. Like, you cannot say they're not. Like, they have quite a few of our players. Kind of it is like 6, 7 of Arsenal players they have. We won't do nothing on the left side with Trossard and Arteta. Well, we'll see. If Madueke and Skelly aren't starting against Port Vale, then it's over. Arteta won't even find a job in top 5 league after us. Well, he will most likely. It's just he's not going to get the backing, not the money, not the salary, no nothing. There is none. £1 billion spent, and Merino is our primary creator with only one injury in the midfield. Make it make sense. Well, hey. It's Arsenal, you know. It's Arsenal. It's Arsenal FC. But what's this? How is the song going? By far the better, the best team the world has ever seen under Mikel Arteta. He knows exactly what we need and all this stuff, you know. Arteta knows exactly what we need. Yeah. Parking the bus and all this stuff. He knows exactly what we need. 100% people. Is he on the bench? Yep. Fulham puts belts to us every year we met. Yeah, they tend to somehow get a draw or something out of that game. 100%. And then Arteta is absolutely clueless about using a striker. It's like he skipped the whole class in manager school because he didn't like the teacher. We are suffering as a result. Feels that way. If then just big six would get destroyed. We're going to beat the mid-table teams back-to-back in years, guys, and relegation. Southampton laughed at us. Yeah, there's always Everton, Burnley. Who else is there? Bournemouth, of course, and all these men. Somehow they managed to get something against us, especially Everton against with Sean Dyche and all this stuff. And Burnley as well. Marino would work in midfield of Zubimendi and Rice if Zubimendi and Rice were just better players. They are good, but they have to be prime. Busquets and Rice has to be. Yeah, basically. Anyways, we are asking Rice to do things he's not accustomed doing. He's not good enough to do. We are asking technically a number 6/center back to play like a makeshift number 8-10. It's never going to work. Never, ever going to work. Spurs have 1 trophy before us. Chelsea won 2 trophies in less than 2 years. Isn't that enough to sack this manager? Isn't that enough to prove that Trossard won't do anything? Well, hey. Arteta watches South African rugby. He's used the same language as our coach, or the coach wins trophies. Yeah. Is enough for the man. Damn, 6 years, 6 freaking years, 6 goddamn years of memes, jokes, and being in. 13 years. And that like everyone jokes, even relegation teams banter us. Yeah, that is the nuts part. Arteta won't start Manjeri until Manjeri stops taking all those shots he takes. And that is the nuts part. Hence why I want him as well as far from Arteta as possible. Because if he coaches those things out of him, he's done. Trossard is good as an impact sub. Yes, just like Martinelli. He can cut in and get a goal. He's not a left winger. He hasn't the speed. Yeah. Martinelli as well. He is good impact sub, but he's not a starter. Like, it's unfortunately like that. Unfortunately, it is like that. Grealish is not the best comparison, as they will turn into Odegaard. No chance. Eze at least has a weak foot. Odegaard has no foot. Let's be real. It's Arteta tactics sending the ball to the right side. Yeah. We need some speed, creativeness, and dangerous goal output on the left. On the right side, we don't have that. Just right the pass, and Saka beaten by Bournemouth twice last season. Yeah, we got beaten by Bournemouth twice. That was always pleasurable. We got beaten by West Ham at home 2 years in a row, and we play West Ham in 2 weeks, something like that. Knowledge is silent, rent is fine, but nothing will come up of it. Rent should be okay for 24 hours after that. It's time to objective analysis. If you are so smart, go make your own channel. Have fun there. I smell a debate. Gyökeres, who was a goal machine defender, destroyer, look at him now, and should manager turns every player to shelve themselves. Yeah, always. It's always like that. Trossard is good as an impact sub. He can't cut him because he can. Yeah, you said that already. He should be number 10. He had good assist numbers. He listed Baumgart. Yeah. Eze has had already assists from coming just off the bench. All of a community, then. Actually not. Kim O'Neill can't even score 10 goals in a season of football or even even in Prem, have terrible goal output, the worst in our team, we have the worst goal output in the whole Prem. To be honest, like Martinelli has scored 10 goals in Premier League. That's the nuts part. We have seen him do it. But Arteta has totally went away from the system that allowed them to shine. Spurs have won more than you lot by Southampton is when it's go to the ratings, dude. You really want to do the ratings? You really want to do the player ratings? Oh, like it's gonna be pain, and I don't want to cause any pain and all this stuff. Also, please don't forget, yeah, people, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. What we, yeah, Norgard is alive. Apparently, he's just injured all the time. Like that is like Norgard. Is he even with the team? Like, how comes all our new signings instantly get injured? Calafiori, Merino, Norgard, now Madueke technically. Who else got injured pretty much instantly? Hinkapie is injured, by the way, people. If you didn't know, yesterday Hinkapie got injured, hence he wasn't for the game as well, registered and everything. Like, it's going well. It's going well. Yeah, Eros just said. No, I just said for shits and giggles, you're induced pain with Arteta's press conference. It's only fair. Bro, don't make me pull it up again. I can pull it up again and we can talk about it 100%. I can pull it up once again. Like, that is the nuts part. You don't provoke me. I will pull Mikel Arteta's press conference up again and we will again go through it. But yeah, people, yeah. It's not just game week 5, it's 301 games since winning the FA Cup, and it's the same old crap in my line of work. If you fail to perform in 1 year, let alone 6, you get fired. Yeah, it's always like that. For the past 2 seasons, check Trossard's like, yeah, I know. There is something, to be honest, I wanted to talk about. Which is a big issue. It's more global than just not just Premier League or any other league. It's more global. Basically, Casare Prandelli, right? The Italian youth has spoken on Italian youth systems, and it kind of applies to pretty much every single youth system in the world. Almost, I think, more in Europe in the top 5 leagues. Maybe not as much to maybe Ajax, to La Masia, Real Madrid academies, but mostly to Premier League, to Serie A, and places like that. And this is what he says. The truth. If 10 years ago we had been lucky enough to have a talent like Lamine Yamal on the youth camps, we would have let him slip away. Our coaches would have taken away the joy of playing and having fun by getting drunk with patterns, diagonals, occupation of space, second balls, and attack on the deployed defense. In our football schools, we have been going in the wrong direction for years. We need to change, instilling in 8, 9, or 10-year-olds the fundamentals that must belong to a professional footballer is madness. I'll try it in a small way. It won't be easy, but something has to be done. With President Gravina, we are working on a FIGC project that concerns football schools. And this is the biggest thing. I think this is a big problem everywhere. Hence why players like Yamal, Desiree Doué, players like that, also Ethan Vangieri as well, Max Daumann, look like they are head and shoulders above many players, to say the least, in world football these days. Hence why we are saying that Vangieri and Daumann look better than pretty much everyone in our attack, minus Eze and Saka. Right? Hence why people say that Desiree Doué is one of the next big things. Lamine Yamal is one of the next big things. They are, and all this stuff. Because coaches have taken away the joy of playing and having fun by getting drunk with football patterns, diagonals, occupation of space, second balls, and attack on the deployed defense. Basically, football has become so systematic these days that already from the youth level, players are not coached, well, basically fun. Let's just put it that way. Playing football, playing certain things, but they already are being drilled into them how to be a professional footballer, how to play specific system, how to occupy specific space, how to play this recycling the ball, how to do a diagonal and everything, how to collapse on the attack, how to collapse on defense. There is no room for players to express themselves, to be themselves, and to a certain extent allow the players to be who they want to be, and allowing them to basically enjoy and get the feeling what basically made them to fall in love with football in the first place. And I think that is not just here, but that's in general a very, very big issue in football. But yeah, I wanted just to touch upon it and everything. But yeah, anyways, where is this Andrew guy? He wanted to do player ratings, right? We have about 10-15 minutes of the stream. We can do player ratings since he was so desperately on knees for player ratings. We can do them. We can do them. Player ratings. Player ratings. Player ratings. By the way, before we go to player ratings, breaking news. Breaking news. Victor Gyökeres has won the Gerd Müller trophy in the Ballon d'Or ceremony and all this stuff. The best striker in the world award. This is Arsenal striker who yesterday had 6 touches in opponent's box, 0 shots, 0 on target, and yeah, we go from there basically. And let's be real, with Mikel Arteta, this guy you see on your screen for the night, as long as Mikel Arteta is here, he won't be anywhere close to this award once again. Only trophy Gyökeres and Arsenal are going to get this season. Only trophy. This is all. This is what he has achieved before he met with Mikel Arteta and he joined Arsenal. By the way, just putting it out there. This is all before Mikel Arteta. To be honest, he was. Like, you cannot knock that. This is not including Arsenal. Only trophy Gyökeres is going to win this season. Not just Gyökeres, Arsenal as well. Before Arteta he was the best, no doubt. Exactly. Just like Arteta inherited Golden Boot winning Aubameyang. Same thing. Arteta inherited Golden Boot winning Aubameyang, played him left wing back. Same thing. Can't say that he was not the best without Arteta. Well, congrats to Gyökeres. You still get benched for the donkey. So accept sympathies. Yeah, to be honest, as soon as Havertz comes back, he's holding bench. Just putting it out there, 100%. Watch Arteta grabbing the trophy and posing. Oh, he's gonna have it framed on the wall in his office, 100%. Just like he has the FA Cup trophy framed on the wall with himself, not with the team, with himself in his office. Andrew seems the chat. It seems the chat moderate anyway. Saying please, he's not following the chat. It's fine. Choose to ignore. Don't ignore anyone. Don't like what you hear here? Peace out. Top right of the screen, red cross. Have a nice evening and day and everything. Marseille beat PSG 1-0. Great. To be honest, they didn't have like half of the players in the team. Like they are like 3 or 4 players went to the Ballon d'Or, didn't they? Kvaratskhelia, Ramos, Mendes, Ruiz, Vitinha, Zaire Emery, Hakimi, Zabarni, Marquinhos, Pacho, Ali Kangin, Mayulu, and Baye. Yeah, the rest of the Barcola, Dembele, Doué, everyone else went. Technically, Barcola, Dembele, Doué, and Neves have been listed as injured, but they're not. Let's be real, people. Let's be real. Arteta will turn him into Nketiah. Oh, bloody hell. Who's that? Oh, Igor Stepanos. I know, and have you met Igor Stepanos before? Any idea if he's available for a chat on Arsenal times? As a kid, once, but overall, no. In life, no. Like that, as a kid, once, yes. In general, no. And not after that. Like, In those terms, no. If I'm not mistaken, at the moment, what's he even doing at the moment? To be honest, is he even doing anything? I think he's like, obviously he's retired, but he's doing. I think he was doing something. But yeah. Robo will get to the chat when he's covered some news. Yeah. Andrew is not a mod. Just putting it down there. Trust me, your Sesko and everything just don't. You cannot chat with your Zerkamps, Zerbatovs, Asmus, who used to be there, and now Tesco Bags Car Park Striker. You cannot chat to us whatsoever. Yeah, PSG lost to Marseille. Like, to be honest, none of their main players played. Well, some of them played, but João Neves didn't play, Doué didn't play, Dembele didn't play, and Barcola didn't play. Kids in the pirate camp in Somalia aren't not as bad as you already like, dude. Minhas and Benninho. Yeah, no, sounds funny. Well, he doesn't need us, to be honest, Hendon. He doesn't need a spanner to be a spanner. That's a different story. Like, you get what I mean. Yeah, but Gyökeres has won the best striker in the world award. But let's be real, at Arsenal, he's not gonna see it as he's not gonna see it like he cannot see his own ears. Let's be real, he's not gonna see it. Gyökeres has won, but under Mikel Arteta, he's gonna turn into Eddie Nketiah or Park or Sanogo or someone like that. 100%. That's the nuts part. That is the nuts part. Best striker in the world, definitely. Holy shit, Rasmus only scored 4 league goals last season. That's insane. Yeah, only 4 league goals last season. Isn't he? Asmus. Well, he's starting for Napoli today against Pisa. So we'll see how that goes for him. 50 minutes in, he has the lowest rating in the team. Congrats on your mind, Japan. Just in job out of the blue. Thanks, fan. Sections will be saying that Gyökeres got his trophy since he joined Arsenal. It's all about down to Arteta. Oh, 100%. He won the trophy because he is at Arsenal. Arsenal carries such a big name, they couldn't ignore it or something like that. They're gonna think of something, definitely. They're definitely gonna think of something, definitely. Anyways, do we want to do player ratings? Andrew was on his knees for player ratings. You want to do some? Like, we have about 10 minutes. We can quickly do this. You want to do player ratings? Nope. Instantly, nope. Era's probably laughing at him losing to DC United, so DC United losing to Miami FC, so that's interesting. Arteta rating only. Do player ratings, go for it. It was only one knee. You're not getting knighted, you know. You don't have to drop a knee. I'm no king here. Leave the players alone. I did nothing. Anyways, David Raya in goal. David Raya in goal. One conceded goal. Had few blunders, made a few saves. Raya gets a 5. Let's just put it that way. Raya gets a 5. Timber gets 5. I don't know. Saliba gets a 4. Timber gets 5 for the yellow card. He would have gotten a 6 if he didn't get a yellow card. He got really caught out of there. Saliba gets a 4. Gabriel gets a 5. Calafiori gets a 2. Merino gets a 2. Zubimendi gets 6. Declan Rice gets 5. Madueke gets a 6. Actually, Madueke was the best player on the pitch. He was the best of the bad players, ironically enough, until he got subbed off. But he gets a 6. Gyökeres gets a 3, 4, 4. Gyökeres gets a 4. No service, but it is what it is. Trossard gets a 2. Who came on? Mosquera should have started the game. Saka, 4, did nothing. Eze gets a 6. Martinelli gets a 6. Yeri, he got pity minutes, so cannot really rate him. And Mosquera gets a 5. The performance for me was so shocking, I actually cannot give them high ratings like that for me. Oh, and Mikel Arteta, right, he gets a 1. Right, like, it is what it is. He gets... Okay, I'm going to give him a 2. Mikel Arteta gets a 2 solely because he did what he did before. And basically subbed on Martinelli and Eze, and they scored. So he gets a 2. He made a 1 good sub. But we wouldn't have been... Mosquera come on for 1 minute, Arteta burn. Yeah, just like Yeri. Calafiori, please explain his role. So basically, what Calafiori does on the pitch. Now, first thing you need to understand is the vision of Mikel Arteta, right? Calafiori has more freedom than any of our attackers in our team combined, right? He plays left wing, number 6, number 8, right wing, number 10, right back, and center back. He technically is a left back, but he doesn't play there half the time. When he plays there, he might as well not be there. Like, he's like, I don't know, he feels like he has gone greasing, he has found a wild carrot on the ground, and while he's fixing his hair in the mirror, putting some shauma in his hair, and while he's picking up that carrot, defender has blown him by. And he's good in the Arsenal team for basically modeling much, which he also doesn't do that often, but for modeling much, because he has that jawline, which really, really goes like in the camera frame really nicely. It's like a diamond sparkly side on the left cheekbone specifically. And when the right light shines from the top right of the screen, you can see fully how the shadow just glides over his cheek. Basically, that's what Calafiori does at Arsenal. That is Calafiori at Arsenal, basically. This guy pissed me off just now. If Saka gets injured for 3-4 months, I'll know whose fault it is. Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. 0 for Arteta, learning nothing. Very clever fool he is, yeah. Yeah, for me, he gets a 2 just because he made 2 good subs. And those also were out of forced situations than actually that he would have. If we were winning, he would have made those subs. Arteta gets 0 for being coward. He's a pussy, all 100%. Division. Minus negative zeros. Now I know why Josh calls him Calaflori. Yeah, because he lies on the ground all the time. -2 for Arteta. He's negative. Yeah. Watch the merge drops this season. Calafiori will be in every single launch if he's not a catastrophically injured. Yeah. This stream is brought to you by Nexa Shampoo and Organic Carrots Community. Yes. Sponsored by Nexa Shampoo and Organic Carrots. Latest ambassador, Riccardo Calafiori. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, Calafiori. And all this. You know the song. So basically, Calafiori, if for what's called mewing. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Yes. 0 is too high of a score. Cala getting all the kids with his mewing chase features, dude. Oh god, what's my club becoming, man? Well, go figure. We are really going down fast. Oh, damn. Oh, DJ Snake. Oh my goodness gracious. You want to see something proper? This is what I am talking about. This is proper club, and this is proper winning, by the way, people. Arsenal women's team is the 2025 Women Club of the Year. Some proper team. Proper team, proper club. Our men's team could never. Heard today is Ballon d'Or Day. It is, yes. Hence why Gyökeres has won the best player of the best striker in the world. Who you think is gonna win it? Dembele. I don't know who won, but they are slowly rolling out the winners, basically. But yeah, Arsenal women's team is the Women's Club of the Year in 2025. At least something good at this club. My proper manager, Evan Slegas, exactly. Proper manager comes in on interim basis in October or November. It's May, wins Women's Champions League against best team in the world, Barcelona. On the way, beats second best team, arguably, in the women's football, Lyon. Annihilates them 4-0 away in France. And beats Real Madrid in quarterfinals. Proper team, proper manager. Can we just sack Arteta? It's not going to get better, dude. Slega's the GOAT. Wish we could coach the men's team. Kind of jealous winning a Champions League before GTA 6, still not the men's team. You know that our women's team has won Champions League twice. Twice. Our men's team have been to Champions League finals once. That's how nuts it is. And our women's team is what, like 40, 50 years old only. Arsenal women's team was founded in 1987. So in 2 years, it will be 40 years old. It's 38 years old, our women's team. 38 years old our women's team is. And they have already won stuff. That is insane, if you ask me. Donnarumma wins the Yashin Award. Luis Enrique wins Johan Cruyff Trophy, men's Johan Cruyff Trophy, manager of the year, basically. So yeah, just waiting for Ballon d'Or to be announced. Oh yeah, it was the second one. I actually had a brain fart there. Right? Yeah, our women's team has won Champions League twice. Men's team have been once in the final, which is wild to even think about. Our men's team is what, 140 years old next year. 140 years old. No Champions Leagues, nothing. Our women's team has won Champions League twice in 40 years. 2 times in this century. We've been to final once in this century. It says a lot, doesn't it? Like, that's actually kind of insane. If you put it in that context, it's actually kind of nuts. It is actually kind of nuts. Oh, the Zerbi got a red card. Damn. In the PSG game, the Zerbi got a red card. But at least Marseille won the game. At least Marseille. Oh, Pisa scored 1-1. Hey, Napoli are screwing this up. Napoli are screwing this up. Big up, Nems. Big up, Nems. Hope you're doing well, Nems. Go subscribe to Nems as well, people. Go subscribe to Nems. Pisa scored 1-1. It's an absolute disgrace. Fucking disgrace, man. Even Marseille, Red Star. Yeah, Marseille, Red Star. Who else is there? There are lots of those teams. Bucharest, Steaua, Celtic, and all these teams. Lots of teams have won. Nottingham Forest have won Champions League. Think about it this way. All good. All good, all good, all good, all good. Big up. And that's actually kind of nuts if you come to think of it. I want to know who wins the Ballon d'Or, though. But I probably won't be live as much longer. PSG have won the Best Men's Club of the Year award. Our women's team wins the women's, and the PSG wins the men's. So that is as well breaking news, if you can put it that way. Breaking news. Who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or though? That for me is the other question. I kind of want to think that it's gonna be Dembele. Who do you think is gonna win the Ballon d'Or? For me, it's Dembele. If PSG has won the best club in the world, if Luis Enrique has won the Manager of the Year award, it would stand to a point that Dembele is gonna win the Ballon d'Or. Would stand to a point without shadow of a doubt. Yeah, well deserved for PSG, exactly. I think Dembele wins it. That for me is kind of, I don't want to say given, but I expect kind of. Is it announced yet or not? I think Dembele is gonna win. Donnarumma won the Yashin Award as well. I think PSG are cleaning it all up. PSG are gonna clean it all up. Club of the Year and everything. You look like Maldini. How old Maldini? Who wins the Champions League has a 50% chance. Yeah, and obviously it comes domestical, it comes that fair play and all that jazz. Or world European. Yeah, definitely. You need to win stuff basically to actually be there. You need to win club and national stuff to actually be up there, to be even in contention. Let's just put it that way. That goes without saying. Proper Montreal. Damn. Yeah, Dembele fitting for him considering how rose again from being at Barca post being Mbappe's shadow. Yeah, it's actually quite insane how PSG have risen to the success because they have gotten rid of every single star, massive star they had. You know, your Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and all that crap, basically, right? And Verratti as well, very underrated midfielder in my opinion, Marco Verratti, very underrated. And they have gone in proper manager Luis Enrique. They have focused on French players mostly. They have signed proper future talent, and they're continuing doing so. And at the moment, they are genuinely getting the fruit of all the hard work they have put in. They won the treble last year. They went to the I think it was final in the Club World Cup and everything. Like they have had phenomenal year. 100%. Like, and also Dembele, like it's nice to see Dembele back to arguably one of his best because what he was at Borussia Dortmund, it was phenomenal. He went to Barcelona, I think, way too soon, obviously with Messi and all them, and being there definitely wasn't easy. Injuries as well didn't help. Then he went back to France, to PSG, and it's very nice to see that he has survived most managers and he actually is doing properly good under Luis Enrique. It's nice to see. I think Milan Maldini. Which Maldini? The left back, the center back one. How old Maldini? Yeah, I think so too. I think Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I think Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or. 100%. 100%. Yeah, but bigger people. If you haven't already, like the stream and subscribe. For today, I'm gonna be signing off. Arsenal play Port Vale. I want to say on Wednesday, right? It was on Wednesday. Arsenal play Port Vale on Wednesday, which means tomorrow we're gonna do the game preview show. We're gonna do predicted 11 we want to see. 11 most likely Mikel is gonna put out all that stuff. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Most likely Arteta is gonna conduct an interview as well, so we're gonna get into that as well. But for today, I'm gonna be signing off. So people, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell if you haven't already, like the stream. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Thank you all for chilling here. Thank you all for spending time with me. Have a nice evening. Hopefully gonna see you soon. Peace.